Kevin McCloskey, Ricky Portela, very, very happy to come to you with the Warrior wrap-up. The Warriors pull off one of the more amazing comebacks you will ever see, coming from 17 down late in the game to win 20-17 in what was quite possibly a must-win game if there ever was one against Eastern Guilford. Ricky, your thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm on the other sideline as always at our home games, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to say during this wrap-up? Because I was expecting, we're down 17-0. I was just thinking, okay, we're going to be talking about a loss. So I'm thinking over there, okay, I'm going to be talking about we came out flat, we didn't show any heart, homecoming. You know, I was thinking about all the negative things, and then all of a sudden, something clicked on our team, and we turned it around. We scored late in the third quarter, and just all of a sudden our defense started hitting, stopping, and we came back to win.
And all of those things you said were true. You know, to be perfectly honest, the first half was as bad a first half as I've seen on offense from the Warriors in a very long time. Flat, the crowd was flat, the team was flat, everything was flat, and we played that way, and we deserved to be down 17-0. But you're right, there had to be one play to spark it. And to me, it was a long reception by Mende Carlton that set up the first touchdown, about a 40-yarder down the middle. We went on to score. You know, it's amazing what one play can do, and Mende provided that tonight. He won Cox Toyota Player of the Game.
Well, good for him. It's glad to see someone different step up. You know, we always seem to talk about Hunter Lent, and we always seem to talk about Trey or Donovan or BJ. We're always talking about one of the big guys. He's kind of an unknown. I mean, you know, he's in there, and he had a great second half tonight.
Yeah, and he ended up catching a touchdown pass, and another play that sparked us as we're making a comeback. Poo-poo, BJ, Darius Phoenix, unbelievable. He caught this little pass out in the flat and literally drug 5 Eastern Guilford defenders at least 30 yards. You think I'm exaggerating? Wait till you see the crowd just went wild. The silence went wild. That's when we truly believe we could win.
Well, it was certainly a team effort because once he got hit, our offensive lineman, by the rules, you're allowed to push the pile, and they continued to. And BJ just was not to be brought down, and he picked up. He probably caught the ball right around midfield, and he ended up at the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And so, you know, and hats off to the defense. The defense gave up 17 points to a very talented Eastern Guilford team led by Jarius Moorhead. They threw some things at us. Stellar athletes once again. Defense did the little first drive of the game, opening kickoff. Eastern Guilford went down and scored like a hot knife through butter, as the cliche goes. Opening kickoff for the second half, they did the same thing. But other than that, our defense did extremely well.
Well, and hats off to Eastern Guilford. They are a wonderful team, and I think they'll win several games in the playoffs. But we talked about this. Midway through the third quarter, I didn't believe we could come back to win. When we scored our first touchdown with 1:05, 1:06 to go in the third quarter, I felt like their sideline just deflated. And I think they started doubting themselves. They're still up 10, actually 11 because we missed the extra point. But I don't feel, and I say this with all the respect in the world to Eastern Guilford, but I don't believe that they felt like they could win this game.
And you know what? They're a 6-1 team or whatever, 6-2 team coming in here, very much in the race for the conference championship. They had hardly any fans here. And when that momentum switched and our sidelines, our big homecoming crowd finally came to life, that made a big difference. And, you know, Eastern Guilford, you guys got to support your team better than that. And I hate to call you out, but that's the truth. You have a good team and a good program. Get out there and show those kids some love. Okay, Ricky, where do we go from here? There's 2 games left in the regular season. We're sitting at 7-2, 2 losses in the conference. Most likely looking at third place in the conference if things go as quarter. So we should get a favorable playoff seed. We do have 2 games that we should win coming up. We have to go on the road next week to Northeast Guilford. Northeast Guilford, you know, a bit of rival in the past. They're not doing so well this year. We should handle that. And then finally we finish up at senior night at home with McMichael. So, you know, we just got to take care of business now.
Well, you have to say it. We have to take one game at a time. And that's what the coaches are going to say for the next 2 weeks. Do not look past Northeast Guilford. Do not look past McMichael, because an upset there is very harmful. So at third place in the conference, you still have to wonder, okay, we've only lost 2 games. Do we get 1 home game? So you need to win those games. Yeah. So that's enough incentive for our kids to elevate again, because the last couple games we've been down against Rockingham County. I felt we were down tonight for the first half, and most of the third quarter we were down in the spark, and we won. Yeah. But we've got to pick it back up.
Yeah. One final shout out before we wrap things up. I forgot to mention that Donovan Apple, glad to have him back full time. Donovan with the go ahead touchdown late in the game, pulled his way in. Good to see him point up to heaven and give God praise. So we're going to try and grab some people for some interviews now, guys. We'll talk to you next week from Northeast Guilford. Wrapping it up. Final score: Western Alamance 20, Eastern Guilford 17.